Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class Chasm and Decepticon Quake. So, most of the characters in the Titans Return toy line that are not Titan Master figures have a small select group of reasons why they're in the toy line. Either they were originally Headmasters or Target Masters. They were involved in the 1986 movie or the third season of the cartoon, or they've been popular in the IDW comics, or they're just Optimus and Megatron and Primes. Chasm is the most kind of out there. I mean, he is a Target Master. He is, in fact, a Target Master. But he's a double Target Master, which means he wields two Target Master partners and didn't come out until 1988. There were two other Target Master Decepticons that don't see release in this toy line because they were released in the Transformers Collectors Club a couple years back, and I guess maybe Hasbro decided to make this in case you got those two figures so as you can have the full group of double Target Master guys. So I don't know, but anyway, Quake hasn't done anything a lot in a while. Anytime he appears in fiction, he just dies. So that's Quake for you. He dies. He appears and he dies. But another interesting thing is that while he is a double Target Master, and most of the Target Master guys that become Titan Masters have taken their Target Master partner's name become their Titan Master partner, that's not the case with Quake because Chasm is not one of his Target Master partners. His Target Master partners were Tip Top and Heater, and neither of them are Quake. Though I think Tip Top would have been funny because, Tip Top of the head, you get it? You get it? Anyway, we're going to roll along and look at these guys up close, and starting with Chasm here. And if you couldn't tell, Chasm is a redeco and minor retool of Titans Return Hardhead. And Chasm, being so, is just a redeco of Duros. Duros or Furos. I can't remember which one is the correct one for this toy because I know it's one of them. I think it's Duros. But anyway, as you can see, they got the same head, though his head, Duros Furos' head is painted, actually, but you can't really see all that much detail. You can kind of make out the eyes and the mouth and the nose, but it's a lot easier to pick out on Hardhead's partner because it's painted. But besides that, the arms are the same, legs are the same, chest are the same, though in Chasm's case, gray head, gray arms, gray legs, and then just the dark blue for the main body. And yeah, the faces are obviously different on their backs. And taking a quick look here, Chasm's face is not Chasm. That's not Chasm's face. That's Quake's face. His helmet is gray. He's got a yellow face, and he's got some nice red eyes going on in there. So for articulation, his head is able to rotate a full 360 degrees. His arms are able to go behind his head even. I think that's the furthest I've seen Titan Master do it. And the arms are able to bend out that far, and his legs are able to bend that far forward and that far back, and the legs are able to bend that far back and that far forward. And to transform him, you just collapse him in half, and there you have him in the head mode for Quake. And so that's all there is on a Chasm for right now. So let's take a closer look at Quake. Did I say quicker look? I meant a closer look. Anyway, so yeah, it's straight up Hardhead's tank mode. It is different from the kind of tank that Quake was. Quake was more like a realistic Earth tank, but I mean, he's a minor character. He gets a toy. He turns into a tank. That's surprising enough. So, excuse me. On the sides here, you got predominantly gray sections. All the treads are in very much gray, and then you got some little details going on here. It's very similar to the ones in his original toy with lightning bolts and the Decepticon symbol right there. And moving the barrel out of the way, you see what will become his chest. That is a predominantly blue with a bit of silver going on the sides there. Predominantly this maroonish color running out through the majority of the body. You got the giant black tank barrel. You got a translucent blue cockpit. You got a bit red going on back here on these back sections, though there's still a lot of gray going on for the sides and the treads. Same on the other side. And in the back, you see the back. And then underneath, you see stuff. You see stuff. He does have 3 wheels going on, all in the same translucent blue as the cockpit. The big one here, 2 tiny ones here, that do allow for him to roll pretty nicely. Very interesting placement for those wheels, I will say. Surprised it's not there, 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 and there, but here and there. But I guess that makes it better for the arms because those are the arms. Those will be the arms, I should say. For a Time Master interaction, there are 2 Time Master ports here and here. So you can place them into the holes in the bottom of Time Master's feet so you can have Time Master standing on the side. You can also open the cockpit. Open the cockpit. And then get Chasm into a seating position. Like so. And then there's a slot there. Yeah, a slot right there for the tab on the back of Quake's, on Chasm's legs. And if he'll go in the slot, you can see he can sit inside that cockpit. And if I can get him out again, he can also sit inside the tank cannon, which I did forget to go the articulation over. This tank cannon is able to go up that far, down that far, and if you want to use this joint, you can get it to go up and then have it, give it range for it to rotate a full 360 degrees because of how it's pegged on. You can get a little bit of side to side if it's flat, but not too much. But anyway, he is able to sit in the tank cannon. You just flip this back section up, and then you just straighten it out like so. And you can either sit him down in the main part of the tank barrel, like so. Oh, why is your head not facing straight, Chasm? You can set him in the main part of the tank cannon right there, or you can put him in the 2 Time Master pegs in the back section right here, and have a guy standing. Though I do, as I noted on the hardhead review, it is really actually pretty hard to get the Time Master to actually fit into these pegs. It's really annoying. It's like I don't know what's up, but it doesn't want to fit properly. Like you can feel it going, but it doesn't fit entirely correctly. So I don't know what's up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show it off on this one. Though if you don't want that to happen, you can just like fold this back down and just have it more tight to the body. But this is not the extent of the Time Master vehicle, the Time Master weapon battle platform thing for Quake, because Quake does come with a gun. It's the exact same one that came with Hardhead. I have it right here, so I'll show it off. Exact same one, just a different color. Very nice detail though. And this 5mm post goes into this hole right there. And then you have that entire Time Master thing going on. And you can if you want to, you can completely detach the tank barrel and have this be a handheld weapon too. So that's even extra ridiculous. But yeah, that's the main Time Master vehicle. And that's the only place the gun actually goes in the vehicle mode. But yeah, so yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry for the stalling. I am going to get this back into proper position, and then we are going to do some vehicle mode size comparisons. There we are. All right. Size comparison time. Here they are with Legends Class Bumblebee. And you can see how they scale right there. Deluxe Class Chrome Dome. You can see how they scale. Chrome Dome's just a little bit longer than Hardhead is. I mean, not Hardhead, Quake is. We got Voyager Class Megatron, seeing 2 Decepticon tanks side by side. And you can see how they scale. And Leader Class 6-Shot. And you can see how they scale. And just for extra quick comparison, here he is next to his old mate, Hardhead. And you can see the color differences going on with them. Yeah. So that's all there's to say on Quake in his vehicle mode. So let's roll right along to his robot mode. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this tank barrel and just raise it up to get it. Well, actually, no, we don't need to raise that up to get it out of the way. I apologize. We're going to come to the sides and untab the legs from the sides. There are holes in what will be the thighs right there that go in, that fit those. It's going to be really hard to see. Those tabs, sorry, that tab right there will go into that slot in the thigh. Just pull them out to the side. And pull them out to the side. The legs don't actually tab, the tank tread parts don't actually tab in anywhere for the vehicle mode. And before we forget, let's flip up the crotch piece into the crotch. And then we're going to come to the legs and just slide them into position like so. They'll connect, and then flip the foot out, and the foot will tab into place. Slide that in, and flip the foot out like so. Next, we're going to come up here, and I'm going to move the arms out to the sides. And they don't, and also they like, there is like a sitting place, like this, that hinge section right there goes into that groove right there, but that doesn't actually like tab in, it just kind of like sits there, so this front section is loose. Oh, and I also, I am sorry, I did forget, there are Time Master ports up on the front here for a Time Master to stand, so that is noted. So at least that is noted, those extra Time Master ports. But you pull these arms to the side, and you take this, and you flip it all the way around, and now connect like so. And then you're going to fold this section down here, like so. Fold this down. This tab's going to go into that slot right there, and that's going to connect like so. And there's most of the torso done. You fold the arms down, you unaccordion the forearms, and you flip the fists out, and that is all done. And then you do the same on the other side. Accordion the arms out, flip the fists out, and you are done with the arms. And Quake is almost done. All you need is Chasm to form his head. Collapse him in half, like so. Plug him in. And there you have Quake in his robot mode. And he looks pretty cool. He looks pretty nice. Oh, another thing. You can readjust the cannon. You can slide it over on the hinge right there, and then fold it up so it comes over the shoulder and does not end up running into his head. Though I do kind of prefer just giving him a back cannon, so I do prefer leaving that up like so. But anyway, taking a closer look at Quake, we already saw a close-up look of his head. We already did see this in vehicle mode, the predominantly blue chest with the silver side bits. Got a little bit of red going on down here. His lower section is predominantly in that dark blue, especially his crotch, though there are little bits of black here and there. His upper thigh, well, his hips are in the maroon, the thighs are in the black, and there's the knee hinge right there is in the red, though the predominance of the legs are in this gray, and the feet are black. The arms have the lightning bolt Decepticon symbols right on the shoulder. The elbow joints are in the maroon, the lower arms are in the gray, and then there's a little bit of red for the wrist, and then the gray for the hands, which looks a little like this how the hands worked in for Hardhead always looked a little weird, just because of how they were proportioned to like get it around. Like, I understand why it's there because of how the hinge works, but it always looked a little weird, and it's a little more weird that it's really pronounced with this color difference going on. But anyway, and then there's also the fists right there, 5mm compatible. And then there's the back, which is predominantly just the cockpit, the tank cockpit, and the cannon. Though, of course, like I said before, you can take the cannon off and have him hold it in his hand, like so, like ridiculous, like really ridiculous. Yeah, very, very ridiculous. But into articulation, his head is able to rotate a full 360. He's able to go up and down, wiggle side to side a bit. Arms are able to rotate full 360 degrees. They're able to go only that far out onto the side, thanks to using the hinge right there in the shoulder. There is a bicep swivel allowing 360 degrees of rotation. There is a double elbow bend, that if you just use this joint, you can get 90 degrees of bend, or you can use this joint and the upper joint and get a little more than 90 degrees of bend out of that elbow, at the elbow. There is a wrist swivel on this toy, so you get full 360 degrees of wrist rotation, and I guess if you want to break his hand, you can do that. There's no waist swivel, but his legs are able to bend that far forward, whoops, that far back, and that far out. There is a thigh, there should be, there we go. There should be a proper thigh swivel, but I just did it on mine, and it almost just popped the mushroom peg out of the socket. So let's see if it, no, okay. So I've never played with his thigh swivels apparently, but I guess they're so tight that the mushroom pegs just want to pop out, and now hold on a second. I think I may have, no, I may have just ruined this review. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. So lesson learned. He has, the thigh swivels exist. Do not use them unless you want them to pop out. Maybe that's a quality control on mine, and the thigh swivels on mine are just exceedingly tight. But every time I try to twist those thighs, his legs just pop off. So warning to you, because that's not an issue, because like you can just plug them back in since they're mushroom pegs, but it's annoying. But continuing on, he's got a 90-degree bend at the knee. His feet are pegged. His feet do tab in, so they're locked into place, but you can't unpeg them and use the downward foot articulation if you really want, but there is no upward foot articulation on that. And to make it clear, the tank barrel can go up. It can do swivelly things. It's got these 2 hinges, and it is also on that slider right there, so you can get it a little more, but it's going to bump into the head if you do it to the side. Like if you have it over this way, you want it over this way so it doesn't hit anything. But yeah, he does have his gun, and he can still hold it in robot mode, just like he can hold his tank cannon in his robot mode. And it can plug into the back of here if you want storage going on. You can also, just a quick note, you can also just unpeg the cannon and then just have this gun going on over his shoulder if you want to do that. But yeah, that's all there's to say on the robot mode. So now let's get into looking at some robot mode size comparisons. Here he is next to Legends Class Bumblebee. Don't slouch your shoulders, Quake. And you can see that Bumblebee comes up to like that blue bit on his chest. I'm seeing it on my camera, and I can barely tell the difference between his colors. Hopefully you can tell the difference of the colors. Better? Not battle. What's battle? Here he is with Deluxe Class Chrome Dome, and he's about a half a head taller than Chrome Dome is. Yeah, not counting the tank cannon, obviously. Voyager Class Megatron. I thought I had your legs straightened this time, Megatron. But you can see his head comes up to the bottom of the stickers, though the tank cannon does actually go above Megatron's head. We got Leader Class 6-shot, as you can see, and then he comes up to the bottom of the top third of that skirt panel. Whoops, camera adjustment time. Yeah, you can see that. Here he is with, of course, the channel's mascots, Soundwave and Wheeljack. And you can see how he looks next to them. And a quick comparison, just to see how he looks with his mold mate, Hardhead. And you can see the differences going on between the two of them. I'll bring them a little closer so you can see them a little more clearly. I want to check really quick. Does Hardhead have the same? Nope, he does not have the same thigh problems as Quake does. So, yeah. But yeah, Quake's neat. He's an interesting filler. I call him filler because of he's kind of a not well-known character, but he's still got the toy anyway. And he's a Decepticon, so he helps fill out your Decepticons shelf, since that tends to be fairly sparse. Yeah, Quake's cool. He's got an interesting color scheme going on. Mine has the problem with the thighs. I feel like that might be your mileage may vary kind of a thing, that it does quality control, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, he's cool. If you are interested, you can pick him up. I don't have particularly strong feelings on this one, but it's not like I don't like him or anything, or I would be like, yeah, why did you pick that up? I'm like, yeah, you can pick it up if you want. If you don't pick it up, like, okay, I understand. Like, sure, you don't have any attachment to this character, but like, he's neat. You can pick him up if you want. But that's all I have to say on Decepticon Quake. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.